episodes of paracetamol chat. It's been around for a long time. There are people online who swear blind that it's going to kill dogs and do not ever give it. There's people online that are chucking them down like Smarties with no vet advice whatsoever. So this inspired this chat to kind of say, right, let's have a bit of a chat about paracetamol. What do we know? Is it useful? But also let's bring it into a safe context of this isn't go it alone. Don't go all rebellious and start thinking that you can just self-medicate, because there's a lot more you get out of having that chat with your vet. They know more about what's going on to use it safely. And then I think it'll give us a chance to also talk about a couple other things people can get off the shelf, aspirin and ibuprofen. Don't touch it. But let's start with paracetamol.
I guess to start with the safety thing, if there are people out there thinking, oh my God, I'd never do that, we have a licensed version of paracetamol for dogs. It's Pardale. I'm sure some people are listening and their dog is prescribed Pardale. Pardale is licensed. It was licensed quite a long time ago, so it is authorised for use in dogs. We have a dose. We know a dose at which paracetamol is toxic in dogs, just like we know that paracetamol is toxic in people if we take enough of it. That's where the kind of really the scary thing comes in. How do you know how much you're giving if you're not doing it under veterinary advice? So yes, paracetamol is safe in dogs. Any drug is safe or any drug is lethal, it's a dose question. Okay, so we've got our effective dose and we've got our lethal dose. Somewhere in between that, we have that's where our therapeutic dose sits. I think paracetamol is effective for management of arthritis in dogs. I do think it's effective. I think it's a useful adjunct, and I think it's useful for when we can't use some of those other drugs. What's really interesting, I guess the next thing to say is, as a vet, I carry professional indemnity insurance. My employer pays that for me because I'm employed nearly full time. My professional indemnity insurer will not allow me to say to you on the phone, you should go to the pharmacy and you should buy this much paracetamol, you should give this to your dog. If something happens and you turn around and say, well, Matt, I'm going to sue you because you told me to give the dog half a paracetamol twice a day and then my dog died the next day, I'll be on my own. My insurer will hold their hands up and go, we are not defending you. You need to go to court. You're totally on your own. If that owner brings however much claim, then you're in trouble. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. And that's the advice that I would give to any vet listening. Why would you do that, and why wouldn't you talk to your vet? I guess the barrier there is simply cost. And so, okay, there's a cost to me, there's a professional cost to me if I end up with that really bad experience of an owner saying, well, actually, you killed my dog. Versus the cost to you, which is going to the vet, paying for a consultation, 30 or 40 quid, and being prescribed paracetamol. So that's pretty black and white, really. Yeah,
I think people have to realise that we're confident to use it. We use it a lot. I really like paracetamol. I found it really helpful with Holly. And we've got a lot of faith in it and think it's pretty safe in most circumstances. But I want to know that dog and that dog's circumstances and what other drug is that dog on. And actually, have we got the right diagnosis? I would hate to think that somebody out there is medicating their dog with a guesstimated dose level for a completely different disease. You know, this could be a neurological thing. The dog's not even painful and you're plumbing in loads of paracetamol thinking it's pain related when the dog's going, oh, it's not painful, it just doesn't work so well. So, you know, the vet is there for many, many reasons, not just to give you the dose rate. They're fielding for you. And yes.
The other thing I would say, do you know how hard pharmacology was? How much time and effort I put to pass those exams in my third year? It's really hard. You have to learn all of the indications, contraindications, dose, which drugs we can use it with, which drugs we can't use it with. So yes, Brenda on Facebook doesn't know that.
yeah, there is definitely that.